To our next conversation, a key goal of Nigeria's master gas plan has been to transition households from firewood and kerosene to cleaner energy sources like cooking gas. Well, this initiative has been one in every 5 households adopt cooking gas as their primary energy source. However, despite this progress, the price of cooking gas has surged by about 41% from 12,000 naira in July to 17,000 naira for 12.5 kilogram refill. Well, joining me for that now, we have Tomiwa Joel as an analyst at financial derivatives company. Great to have you, Tomiwa. So what are the key factors driving this persistent price increase? And what is the outlook for cooking gas affordability and availability in 2025?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Ladi. The price of cooking gas in Nigeria is always a topic of debate because of the volatile nature. And one reason for this is because we're a net importer of the product. Nigeria imports about 60% of its total cooking gas consumption. And what this does is that it leaves us exposed to global price. It leaves us exposed to the exchange rate dynamics. So if you look at what's happening in the global market, the price of crude oil, although it has been relatively stable in the last 2 months, it's still been on an upward trend. You look at the exchange rates, although again, compared to the depreciation levels we saw earlier in the year, it has been relatively stable, but still it has weakened in the last 2 months. So you look at these factors, and again, I have to bring in again the logistic costs that takes to transport the cooking gas. PMS has gone up. So these are some of the factors that have currently led to the current increase in the price of cooking gas because, we import 60% of total consumption. And, even the 40% that we're producing are going to be priced at the level of the ones that are imported. And that's why we're seeing an increase in the price currently. But when we look at the outlook, just recently, yesterday, the Naira at the parallel market appreciated to about 1664, about 3% in one day. And again, we don't expect logistic costs to go else to increase significantly. Oil prices too in 2025 are expected to be bearish due to Trump's policies. So that might be a good factor that's going to bring down price in 2025. But the key concern again will still be the production and supply because that will give us buffers against the external shock because as long as we continue to import a lot of our consumption, we're going to be exposed to what's happening in the global space.
We know the Dangote refinery is producing diesel and kerosene. With a chance we could get cheaper kerosene, which is a substitute for gas. How do you see that impacting demand for gas?
Yeah, so kerosene is indeed a substitute for LPG or cooking gas. And one of the things that you have to take into, apart from the cost, is just the fact that LPG is more efficient when it comes to use for cooking. And again, given the shift to cleaner energy, LPG also has an advantage there. If you look at LPG currently is going for about 1,400 naira per kilogram, and then you look at kerosene right now, there's about 2,000 per liter. Even if the price of kerosene comes down to let's say 1.4 or so, gas is more efficient for cooking. So in the long run, you're going to be saving, you're going to be spending less for gas because your gas is going to last you longer than a liter of kerosene will do. So no matter how the price of kerosene go down, given the fact that LPG or cooking gas is more convenient to use and in the long run is still cheaper, most people who are already using cooking gas probably not switch. But on the other side, we have the people in the rural area, and cooking gas comes with a joint demand of getting a cooking cylinder, and that is a little bit expensive for low income because it goes about 25,000-30,000. So if you want people in the rural area to be able to stick to using cooking gas, that barrier of the cylinder is going to be there. So if the price of kerosene does come down, they have incentives to switch to kerosene. So we need to improve just look for ways to provide the supply of cooking gas or subsidize cylinder to increase the adoption of cooking gas.
All right, Tomiwa, I hope I don't have to switch to kerosene because I remember as a kid, using those stoves, passing the wigs, changing the wigs and all of that was quite a hassle for me growing up. But, centralized gas systems, such as bulk storage and pipe gas networks, they offer the potential for mass distribution and, economies of scale, eliminating the need for, individual cylinders. How do you see this shifting the impact of the cost of cooking gas and, the broader gas industry in Nigeria?
Yes, so as I said earlier, one of the constraints that is disturbing the adoption of cooking gas in a wide scale is just the initial cost of getting a cylinder. When you have these centralized hubs and you have pipe storages, that takes away the need for gas cylinders. So the gas is stored in a centralized area, and you have networks of pipes that just transport the gas straight to your cooker and your burner, so you don't need the cylinder, you don't need to refuel. And what this does is, again, the economics of scale is that it can reach a lot of people in lesser time. So with this, it's going to reduce the cost of cooking gas. So it's really going to be a game changer in the industry if we can have a widespread adoption. So we need investment in infrastructure to be able to do that. And if you can get this piped gas in the rural areas, that will really increase the adoption, and it will be a game changer in the industry.
All right, Tomeo, I don't know if you ever changed the wick of a kerosene stove. Did you ever do that?
I was still a child then.
You're still a child, yeah. Thank you so much, Tomiwa Jewole, analyst, a financial derivatives company. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.